Welcome to Chai with Changemakers. Today, I have someone very special sitting across from me, Punam Kirloskar, a friend of 30 years, though to me, Punam was an enigma initially. She was that girl, beautiful, cool, effortlessly magnetic, the kind of girl guys noticed, and normal girls like me watched from a distance.
Oh
And
my God.
then one summer, we ended up in the same math class of all
Yep.
places. And we spent a lot of time together. And that's when I discovered she was the most down to earth person, no airs, no attitude, just real. She introduced me to some incredible music, Wham being one of them. I still remember George Michael's poster stuck on my cupboard, and I have Poonam to thank for. And then, of course, as life does, we drifted. Our own worlds pulled us in different directions. Today, after all these years, I have the absolute honor to sit across from her again. And what she has become, battles she has fought, the mountains she has climbed, lives she's quietly changing, there is only one word for it: respect,
Thank you.
in capital letters. Poonam,
Thank you.
welcome to Chai with Changemakers.
The honor is all mine. You just transported me back to that age with my intro, that music and that fun. And oh my God, what a time we've had. Thank you for reminding me of all that.
Right?
Thank you.
That is my core memory with you.
Oh, thank you. It's a
That
good one. Yes, thank you.
and that summer was one of the most incredible summers.
Was. It was. It was. Me too. I mean, it just flashed in front of my eyes, like, all that good time we had. Oh my God. I just wish we could go back.
Oh wow. So before we begin this show, it's called
Mm-hmm.
Chai with Changemakers. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to ask you this question. Are you a coffee person or a chai person?
I am a whole and whole coffee person. Like, I
So
cannot do without my coffee.
I think for today, we need to actually change this episode to Coffee with Changemakers.
Thank you. But I used to drink a lot of chai
Uh-huh.
in my early days. And then with my second child, I think I got the nausea of milk. And then I just stopped milk. And I couldn't drink black tea, but I could do black coffee.
Ah.
So, that's how that change happened. It's not like I was never a chai person.
Say it is more for the love of your second child that you just decided to go for coffee.
Maybe. I don't know.
So, do you know that people who drink coffee are usually driven, energetic, and highly productive people?
Well, you give a nice tone to it, but we are super. But some people say, "Oh my God, you're constantly like this."
No, but that's such a positive trait.
Yep, yep.
So, Poonam, you're that girl in school, the one everyone noticed. Who was she really? Tell us a little about your childhood and where you grew up, your family.
Yeah. Okay. So I grew up in a place called Kolhapur. You and me both.
Yeah.
And I grew up in a joint family. My father brought us up very independent. Like we absolutely were allowed to think for ourselves, and I really have my father to thank for it. And went to the same school as you and went to the
Yes.
same college as you. And after my 12th standard, I came to Pune to study hotel management. I worked for a year in Mumbai. And then unfortunately, my father passed away. So it was like, and trust me, I have drifted careers. Now I'm a clinical psychologist and it's been crazy all over and no regrets. But Kolhapur was there only till my 12th grade. After that, I never looked back and it's been great.
So, what was it growing up in a joint family? Your uncle,
My uncle, yeah.
cousin?
Yes. We were about 15 people living under the same roof. It was fabulous. Even till I got married, even till the birth of my child, we were still in a joint family. And trust me, I have enjoyed a joint family. And even after marriage, I was married into a joint family. I enjoyed that thoroughly as well. So it's like our family systems work.
Right.
Trust me, I am a living example of that.
So, you mentioned that your dad passed away, and I do remember he passed away quite early in your life,
Yes.
and it was
Yes.
sudden. And he was an amazing person. He was a doctor.
Yes.
He healed people and good looking also.
Yes.
And I guess this whole concept of a joint family, did that help you kind of
Oh, yes. Oh,
guide
yes.
you through the whole trauma of losing your dad early?
Yes. So my uncle and my aunt, especially my uncle, he stood behind us like a rock. I mean, trust me, my brother and I, we survived only because we had such a great support system. My mother was not working. My father being a doctor, once he passed away, there was end of any family income. Or my mother made a great life for herself. She worked. She's an amazing woman. But my uncle in the initial years, my God, I have been blessed like completely with my uncle, aunt, my cousins, and we are all still very, very thick. And yes, so the joint family actually helped us quite a bit. And that's why when I say the system works,
Yeah,
it really works. And so I count my blessings every single day when I think about that. And so
that
thank God for that.
that's really powerful. It's not just your family, like your siblings, your mom, your dad. It's also your extended family being
Absolutely.
around.
Correct.
Just creates so much of an environment that gives you strength, courage to
Yes.
face so many things later on also in the world. So, Poonam, you had it all, right? A wonderful marriage, two boys, a beautiful life, and then trigeminal neuralgia happened. Now,
Yes.
it's even tough saying it for me. For those listening who may not know what this is, it is considered one of the most painful condition, sometimes called suicide disease. What happened? Like, when did it hit you? Could you, I mean, I don't want to go through details if you're not,
No.
but
You know what? I talk about it a lot because
okay.
people are not aware of this. And the reason why it's called the suicide disease is because, see, if you look at me, like when I had trigeminal, there was nothing wrong with me. It was inside me. So, you know, nothing wrong. And suddenly, oh my God, this is hurting. And people say, you're depressed. So it all started with a slight electric shock here, like to my left
Right,
side.
right.
And I didn't pay too much attention to it. And then the intensity and the frequency started increasing.
Oh,
And trust me, I went to a dentist one day, my local dentist, and I told her that, she's a very dear friend. I said, you know what, Meena, just remove all my teeth from my left side. She's saying, what is wrong with you? I
oh,
said, I think I have something in my tooth which is really hurting me. And she said, are you mad? I cannot remove all your teeth. I said, no, just pull out all my teeth from here. I said, there is some cavity. It's hurting me. She said, go and do an MRI. I think this is trigeminal neuralgia.
oh my gosh.
And before that, I went to N number of doctors. They gave me antidepressants. They gave me no diagnosis for 2 years because people are not aware. I couldn't brush my teeth. Even if the fan is on and the drift of the air comes on my face, it hurts. I couldn't eat. I couldn't drink. I couldn't smile. When my friend told me, who's a dentist, I told my husband, we really need to check this out. And then he said, okay, because as a family, we were all suffering because I was suffering. My kids were young. They were
Yeah.
suffering. My husband was suffering. And unfortunately, nobody wants to say this that, you know what, you need to do a surgery. But like I said before, I have been so blessed. For 2 years, I struggled getting just a diagnosis. 2 years was horrible. And I was a nerve relaxant. So the biggest dose is the 250 mg. I was taking it 4 times a day because
Wow.
it was just unbearable. It's like an electric shock. Somebody just puts an electric wire and gives you a shock.
Mhm.
So then I met a lovely doctor, Dr. Ichaporia, and he said, Mrs. Kirloskar, just go and get the surgery done. You're 36 years old. It's a brain surgery. It has its own risk, but you're young enough, you're fit enough. And that day, my husband and we decided that, you know what, it's do or die now. Either I get rid of this completely or I just perish. Because my kids were scared. They were so scared of seeing their mother in pain. My social life had gone because I refused to go out because I couldn't open my mouth. I couldn't eat. I couldn't talk. I was talking like this. I'd rather die than live like this. So we took a great decision. We met a beautiful doctor called Dr. Panchwag. So I have a surgery done here. So it's called MVD. Let's not get into all that. But after that, and trust me, it cured me completely. It works.
Touch
It
wood.
works. Oh my God, it works. But the only thing that it comes with is challenges. Challenges in the sense that I had to learn to walk all over again because I lost my balance. I still struggle with a bit of balance, but I don't have sensation from here to here till date. And I'm okay with it.
Which is
But that's the least thing. It's
yeah,
okay. I'm like, the pain was so immense that this is fine. I'll deal with it. And then I lost my balance. I couldn't walk. I used to walk like a zombie, like this, like this, like this, like this. And I literally learned to walk again. I have stopped driving. I cannot drive now anymore because I just don't have that sense of judgment. But these are a small price to pay. And I learned to walk again. And life has been great after that. I have been blessed to find the right people at the right time, the
and
right doctors. Absolutely. I just have a lot of gratitude for all of that.
that wow, that's so it's profound. And the kind of decisions you all took at the time must have been so
Yes.
difficult because having two small boys,
Yep.
not knowing if you are going to come out of it, not knowing if you might see your kids again, and then going through the surgery, and then now everything being okay. Wow. It just got goosebumps on
Yeah. It's
all
like
over.
I said, somebody's watching over me. Maybe
Yes.
my dad, maybe God, and keeping me safe. So I'm all full of gratitude. Always, always.
Wow. So obviously, you couldn't walk in a straight line. Two
Mhm,
young
mhm,
boys, a family
mhm.
dependent on you. Post surgery, you relearned to walk.
Yep.
So, how did you manage your life after post surgery? Like, how was your comeback? Was there a turning point that said, I'm going to fight back now and I'm going to get back myself and not just to where I am, but to somebody much better version than what I am right now?
So, one thing about me that I'm accused of by my family is like I'm a overachiever. If I,
Coffee, coffee.
yeah, coffee, yeah, cheers to that. So, according to them, if I have so much of a challenge, I will achieve so much. Like, they always say, why can't we just keep it simple? So when I decided to learn to walk and literally, even climbing up the stairs, climbing down the stairs was really, really, really difficult. But then I decided, you know what? If I have been given a second chance, I got to make it worth it, man. How many people get a second chance? So what I did was not only I learned to walk, I trained myself so hard for 3 to 4 years. I went to Everest Base Camp twice. I did 2 times Everest Base Camp. I did Annapurna Circuit, I did Stoke Kangri, I did all the possible treks that you can think of in the north of India. Because I don't know, sometimes I feel, we've been conditioned to prove ourselves. I come from that conditioning that I have to prove myself that I'm worth it and that I can do it. And sometimes I feel, you know what, I push myself too hard. But now when I reflect back on it, I could have just stopped at walking, man. But no, I summited the highest, that is Tokangri, and I was training like crazy. It was like there was nothing else existing. I was trying to punish somebody, probably myself or the universe. I have to achieve this. I'm not good enough till I don't achieve this. Sometimes when I look at all this in hindsight, I feel I was too hard on myself, but it was a great feeling when I achieved all that.
I haven't climbed those kind of mountains. I have climbed small mountains. I've run some half marathons, but the rush of dopamine that comes in
Oh man.
at the end of whatever you've achieved. But for you, Punam, I just want everybody who's listening, I want them to understand you're right now at the top of the base of Everest, right? Going through trigeminal neuralgia, not being able to walk. Describe that feeling for me.
It was amazing. I was very proud of myself. And it was like I beat it. I beat all the things that I felt that I won't be able to do. Like I was on cloud 9. It was great fun. I loved it. The experiences were crazy. The closest I felt to God when I was walking towards base camp.
Wow.
The big mountains, that silence, that magnetic field. It is a universe that every person needs to explore. You're struggling for each breath because the altitude is so high. And then, with each breath, you have to take that foot ahead.
Yes.
So the connection to mind and body is very, very good there.
Wow.
But at Stoke, this is about 21,000 feet, I almost had a mishap because I was exhausted and I fell. And my whole life flashed in front of me. And the only person I saw was my husband. I surprised myself when I think that. And it all flashed. And when I came back, I thought, why did I need to do this? What was I trying to prove? I've come out of something. I'm walking, I'm doing all these things. So it was great. I'm not undermining that experience, but how we are doing it, what we do to ourselves in the bargain, that is something we all need to think about.
More than anybody, I think it's your family who sent you or who were okay with you going through that craziness of trying to find yourself and being there behind you, supporting you, not pulling you back, but pushing you and saying, hey, whatever you want to do it.
Yep.
Leave it.
Yep.
Hats off to those guys then.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? All my idiosyncrasies, my husband, my kids have been like so patient with me. I count my blessings every day.
Wow.
Every single day.
Every step that we are going in your life, I can see so much of family in
Oh,
whatever you're doing.
yes, yes, far, by far.
That's remarkable. So, in the middle of all this, okay, you did your master's in psychology and topped it and worked in
Oh,
a
yes,
hospital as a counselor while all this was happening in your life.
yes.
How did you make this journey happen? And did that help you make a better counselor because you went through all this trauma personally?
Absolutely. That is the main reason why I actually did my master's in clinical psychology, is because I realized that there was zero empathy, zero understanding when I was going through trauma. Because everybody would just brushed it like, I'm going to use a little bit of Marathi here. In Marathi, we say "suk bochte." So, "suk bochte."
Like somebody's jealous of your.
No, I'm happy. Now I'm trying to find some sorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I want to do something, because when you're happy, life is like, okay, na, but no, I want that sorrow, both stays to prick.
Yes.
So I heard that a lot when I was going through Trigeminal, and I realized that, you know what, even after I did my clinical psychology, I worked with doctors. I did not go into proper family counseling. I worked at hospitals because I wanted to talk to patients, and what I went through, I wanted them to understand that, yes, I understand that there is pain. So we'll work through it, which I missed. So that was the reason I got into psychology. And yes, I topped it. Like I said, I'm accused of being an high achiever, and I love it. I can go on and on about all that.
So, Poonam, I have noticed that people have gone through trauma. There are two ways that they kind of look at it. They either face it and then they do something about it, or they just don't want to even go anywhere close to it because they're so traumatized by the whole thing that happened. So, you took the other route and you said, this is what was bothering me when I was going through it. So, I'm going to help more people. Somewhere down the line, do you think the genes of your dad has
absolutely, you got. I
passed?
was just gonna say that. I have my dad to thank for it, because he used to always say, people are your biggest asset, Poonam. The more people you take along with you, the more happier you're going to be. Everything is just transit. Like, money is there, everything is there. It's just going to come and go. But people who you build together are going to stay with you for the rest of your life. So I have been brought up like that. And you absolutely found it. I have my dad to thank for it.
That's like genetics, where he healed people, you're healing people, just in different forms. You don't have to be a doctor. That's just wow. So, Poonam, a woman who healed herself, then helped heal others as a counselor, and now is quietly changing lives of hundreds of children. Let's talk about Sri Ramakrishna Charities and how did you get involved in it?
Okay. So Sri Ramakrishna Charities is a charitable trust started by my father-in-law, who was an orphan and made it to great heights. And he decided that, you know what, I want to give it back to the society. And he used to always believe that change will come only with education. So we work in a rural area in a place called Vai, which is at the foothills of Mahabaleshwar. I don't like to use those words, but unfortunately, the government makes me use that. We educate children below the poverty line, and we give free education from playgroup to grade 10. And I was already a psychologist, so I started working with him, helping the teachers deal with children learning difficulties, because I'm trained to do that. So that's how I got into the whole system. I was still a practicing psychologist then. I had my own clinic in Pune. And then I used to come twice a week to IE. I should train the teachers, write lesson plans for children. And then now I live here 4 days a week. That's how I got into it. And oh my God, I can talk about the school like endlessly. So
That's I would say quite a commitment. 4 days a week, staying in Y, and I know it's at the foothills of one of the most beautiful place.
yeah, yes.
But I do need to talk to you about your particular school that you're affiliated to.
Mm-hmm.
No rote learning, hands on,
No.
practical, experimental, no class teacher, blackboard kind of an environment, which is what every school is now. So, how did that vision basically come from? And
My father in law believed that none of us, we still don't do rote learning in school. There are different thoughts of school education, like there is constructivism, there is rote learning, there is experiential learning, and Montessori, and all these are different shoots of how you teach the children.
right,
So, what we do follow in our school is a mixture of constructivism and experiential learning. So, what we do is hands on experience. Like, I have to understand heat
right,
in science. So, we actually show them through experiment and make them understand, and then we take them to the lesson. If we are talking of language, if we have to make them understand figure of speech in English, so what we do is we have quizzes first, and from there we take them there. So the final learning is that.
so it's called lab learning, I guess.
Yes,
Where
it is.
everything is hands on, no textbook model. It's just pure experimental based. In fact, I heard that because it's very close to the rivers, the materials that you use also is materials from the earth, which then can be
Yes, yes.
recycled back to the
Yes,
earth.
yes, yes. We try to do that mostly. The kids come in our school, they clean the school, they all sit with the teachers and eat. It's like how a family, we don't even call madam and sir in our school.
Exactly.
All the teachers are called Kaka and Maushi. The system's there, they have to pass 10 grade. We try to make a balance. We don't want the children to lose their passion for childhood. We want them to play and experiment, get their feet dirty, get their hands dirty. So we try somewhere to bridge the gap between all that.
Right.
It's a tough thing to do, but we are trying.
Udam,
What
do
it is.
you face this issue of, let's say the kids are coming from kindergarten or elementary, and then as they're growing older, because they're coming from not well-to-do families, do you see students being taken away saying, "Hey, we need an extra hand for earning money," or the parents are good enough to say, "No, we are absolutely fine. Let them study."
Just today, one of our teachers come and tell me that a grade 9 student, girl child, wants to take a school living certificate. And I asked why? Why does she want? And then the teacher told me that the mother wants to move her to a school so that the son can benefit. The whole dynamics is different. It's a highly patriarchal form of society here. And she said that my son goes to a government school, which they don't teach anyways, and you're not giving that child admission in your school. We don't have any place for any more admission. So
Wow.
we denied her. So and I was like, I said, you know what? Oh, my dead body. I'm not letting this girl go. She's
Wow.
a good girl. She's going to do well. Just give me 2 more years and I will make sure you're not getting any LC. I said,
Wow.
I don't care what you do. So it happens every day. Every day they want an extra pair of hands. One battle every day. But I believe that, you know what? I will fight that battle. I told the mother today, I said, you know what? I'm not giving you anything. You go to the court, you do what you want to do. I'm not letting this child go because if I let this child go right now, her education is squashed. So you
Wow.
are not going to educate her
Wow.
because you want to educate that son. And it's a battle every day.
I can
It's
imagine.
it's very nice.
Not only are you fighting to get students to stay because I mean it's for their benefits, but they don't see it like
Yeah,
that. And just not benefits for them, it's benefits many of their generations in the future.
correct.
So well, but
But you know what? So they are the parents. I don't blame them too much. It's hand to mouth existence for them. So I'm not going to write them off completely, but I'm going to
wow. That hits home.
Yeah.
Tell me about one child, okay, if you do have, whose story has stayed with you. Maybe that reminds you that every day why you're doing this. Is there a story of a child we would love to hear?
I have many, many, many stories. And trust me, you will make me cry on camera. I don't want to do
No,
that.
you
But
that's that's absolutely fine, because there's been so many times where it's just like you're taking me up high and getting goosebumps and I'm trying to calm
no.
myself down. But
Just again today, one child had come to be enrolled in the grade 9, and mother got her. Father passed away very early, and she was in the government school, and she couldn't read a simple sentence. First, I thought she was scared. I was like, you know what? Let's take 5 breaths together. So I sat with her. We took 5 breaths together, and I tried to do everything possible to make her feel comfortable. But I realized that she can't read. That I asked her, how much did you score in the 8th grade? She told me 83%. I
wow,
said, wonderful, you got 83%. That means you know something. Write in your entrance exam paper so I can admit you to my school. She just couldn't. And I said, how did you pass? And she told me, you know what? In the government schools, they make a smart student sit next to a student who can't do it. And I have copied that paper. So
wow,
if you give me a paper to copy, I will copy. And I was like, what is happening to the education system?
wow.
And I had to let her go. And she told me, please allow me to come to your school. Otherwise, my mom's going to scold me. And she was crying and I was crying with her. And trust me, oh my God, I had a traumatic day today. And I was like, no, yeah, this can't be happening. The system is taking the kids for a ride. That's the reason I'm here. We have 33 per class. We have only one division and 33 students. That's all we do. But I will give them the best. So I encountered this every single day. Some part of the system drives me more towards it. You know what? I got
Wow.
to do this.
So not only you're fighting to actually run the school, you're
Oh,
fighting
yes.
to actually do something for the kids who are existing in the school. But
Yes.
along with that, you're also fighting with the surroundings around you, existing situation. You cannot do it all, but you're trying your best.
I am. And you know what? The worst part is I get frustrated and I cry because I cannot help anybody. And then my husband tells me, you know
No.
what? You can't help everybody. You're not superhuman. And you know, he's such a grounding factor in this. And he
Wow.
told me, whatever you're doing with a great heart. Just don't be so hard on yourself. He always says that to me. It's heart wrenching. The more I get into this, the more I have started counting my blessings like every day. We have all been so blessed
Wow.
and we refuse to acknowledge it.
So, Poonam, going to a place that is 4 hours away from your children where they're staying or your family and staying there and trying to change lives of so many students, I don't think you should even feel teeny guilty about someone else whom you're not going to be able to help out, because
I don't know.
you're
I
doing
don't.
so much.
Thank you. But I feel, there's more I can do. I'm going to try very hard to do whatever I can. Absolutely.
Poonam, your father in law, Arun Kirloskar, started this school, right?
Yes.
He came with a dream to give children who had nothing a chance to a real education.
Correct.
Now,
Yes.
so for a student, what does the journey look like when he or she enters on day one, and where do they end in your school? And what is their future like?
It's such a lovely question. I'll tell you why this is such a lovely question. Okay, so we just started the new year, and then we had the children who come in nursery and they are crying and bawling, and the whole 2 weeks we are still struggling with that. And then I see my children in my 10th grade, like they have been like 10 plus 3 now, so 13 years with us. You know something? We know the children by their name. I can recognize their handwriting. If somebody tells me, oh, he's done that, I can recognize that if he's capable of doing that or he's not capable of doing that. And they become such a great part of me,
Wow.
my family. And we just had a batch who's passed out of 10th grade, and I feel so sad when they go, but I know the future is waiting for them. And of course, we don't let go of their hands after 10. So we direct them to another foundation who does a lot of work,
Wow.
who helps them career guidance. And, if they are financially not able to give their fees because the fees are crazy. So we work with in tandem. And so that they get educated. And we try to keep them in the flow of education. So all these kids, it's like my own children. Like I said, after 13 years, I know exactly what each of my child is capable of.
Absolutely. Tell me about one child who has gone through this 13 years and where is he or she now?
I can tell you of many. So there are girls who work with Cummins now, with Larsen and Toubro. There are
Wow.
boys, even girls for that matter, who have become scientists, work in ISRO. People have gone to Merchant Navy, NEET exams, CT. It's very, very, very rewarding. That's why I stay here for 4 days. It's like when you make me go through all this, like I'm feeling right now, I feel it's worth it, man. It's
Gosh.
absolutely worth it.
I'm
So,
telling you, Poonam, I can show it to the camera, but I have goosebumps all over it.
oh, next time you come to
I
Pune, you must come to my school and we must visit. I
that's
love my school.
that's a promise that I'm going to give you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this actually directs me to the next question. Poonam, for anyone listening today who feels moved and wants to support this beautiful work, including me, how can they reach you and how can they help?
Okay. So I remember I sent you my site.
Yes.
Yes, same site. You have my email. You can reach to me directly. So if you can put it up there, and it's like anybody can come and visit the school. Anybody can come and see the work we are doing, and everybody and anybody is welcome. And we are like an open book, and that's all. And
So,
all the help is always welcome.
so Poonam, your Gmail is PUNAMFILTRUM at
At
gmail.com,
Gmail. Correct.
right?
That's correct.
And
Yes.
the website, but if they even Google Ramakrishna Missions,
Ramakrishna Charities. Yes, you
charity.
will get.
Sorry.
You will come to my website. Correct. That's
Right.
correct.
Right.
Thank you.
And what kind of help do you guys usually require?
You can give directly to a donation to the school, number one. Number two, you can help our children who pass out after the 10th standard. We are actually looking for live donors who, take up these children, their education, and we had 100% 10th grade result, and we had say 17 students who got into distinction. And then these children struggled because the admissions are 2.5 lakh. So it's like they struggle paying the fees. So if you want to reach out, we can connect you to those students. You can help and, support that way. Help is always welcome.
So
But
I
yes, correct.
I don't want to
I
stop.
I finished my cup of coffee as well.
I don't want to stop, but
Yes, we have to stop.
we have to. But
Yes.
before that, I want to go into a small segment called Auntie Hot Seat, where I put in some questions and just to try to understand you as a person, right?
Okay.
Other than
Mhm.
the great things that you've done. This is
You're
just
very kind.
short, okay? Mountains
Okay.
or beaches?
Oops, you had me. For me, it's nature. It could be mountains or beaches. Anything as close as to nature as you can get.
Great. The one song that takes you straight back to our school days.
You know what? George Michael.
Uh-huh.
Last Christmas.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
Nice. The one thing your boys tease you about.
That I cry at a drop of a hat.
Oh, wow.
Or they look at me and they laugh.
I know. Gym at 5 a.m. or long mountain hikes?
Say that again.
Gym at 5 a.m. or
Long
long
mountain
hikes?
hikes. Long mountain hikes. Always.
Nice. If you could go back and whisper one thing to that carefree girl in school, it would be,
It's okay.
wow, that is, this is for you. And I'm curious because I've seen you like the girl also, right? Heels or sneakers?
Sneakers all the way. Right? At my age, absolutely sneakers.
Poonam, if I had known you in the past, she was such a
Girl,
girl. Absolutely.
absolutely. At my age, sneakers all the way.
Yeah, yeah. If you were not doing any of this, what would you be doing?
I would be a chef. I love to
Wow.
cook.
So, what's your favorite dish?
If you ask me, matna sa rasa and bhat
Oh,
is
man.
my favorite dish.
Perfect Kolhapur.
Absolutely.
So, perfect Kolhapur person you are.
Absolutely. I am.
So, someone is listening right now, okay, in the middle of their own impossible chapter health, grief, feeling lost. What do you say directly to them? And this is my last question to you before we sign off.
Okay. What do I say? This too shall pass.
You can, if you want to elaborate on it, take your time.
You know what? this too shall pass is like, wo subah kabhi to aayegi. It will come.
There's
What goes up comes down. What comes down. Once you hit rock bottom, the only way is up. There is no other thing. So there is hope. Cling on to even one tiny bit that you have.
So any kind of hope, catch on it and then
Yeah, absolutely.
get
Anything. It
past.
could be false hope. It could be just your wrong perception, your stupid dreams, your anything. Just hang on to it. It will take you to light. So hope
That
is very important.
this too shall pass.
This too shall pass.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. So, Poonam, 30 years
Yes.
of friendship, and today
Yes.
I sit across from you completely in awe. You have
Thank,
inspired everyone listening. Your
thank you.
impact is real, and your story will stay with us long after this chai is over.
Thank you so much.
And as I said when we started, there is only one word for what you are and what you do: respect.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much for being on Chai with Changemakers.
Thank you for having me. Like I said, I didn't even realize how, because I don't speak about myself much. And it was great talking to you. Actually, thank you so much for having me. Thank you. I feel good.
My heart is so full today. The work that you've done, I definitely am going to follow up with you.
Thank
And
you.
I'm hoping to come see you personally and see the place
Yeah.
and help in some way or the other. For people who are listening, I would encourage you to help her school in any way possible and change lives of even one person.
To make the world a better
Better
place.
place. Wow.
Yeah.
Heal the world, make the world a better.
Yes. Better place. Yes. Thank you, Suchi, for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Poonam.
Yes.